Hey guys, it's RagingRaptor here, and I just want to give you again some updates about the upcoming British TD line. And today we're looking at the Challenger, the Tier 7 British TD. Well, yeah, first of all, it is quite a special tank because it has 200 meters turret armor on the back with 58 on the front. But let's go to that later on. First of all, again, as I said, it's a Tier 7 TD. It has the price is 1.4 million, credits is something normal, 900 hit points, which is quite much for a Tier 9 tank, Tier 9 TD in my opinion. An engine with 650 horsepower and a weight of 31.5 tons. It gives the power to weight ratio from 20.64 HP per ton, which is quite good, which also results in a maximum speed of 52 km forward and 20 km backward. The hull traverse is 32 degrees, which is also kind of good. Terrain resistance is again, as far as I know, not that bad. The turret traverse is 16.7 degrees per second. This is not really good, but as I said, I come to this later on. The fuel range with 380 meters for a Tier 7 TD is quite good. 380 meters is really good. And the radio range isn't that important. To the hull armor, the front is 88.9 millimeters, the side 50.8, and 38.1 is the back. Yes, if you see now here on the collision model, only the flat spaces are 88 millimeters. And it will be the same like the Cromwell, so not really good armor. To the turret, the front is really weak with 58 millimeters, at least not that weak like it is on other tanks, on other British tanks, especially the higher tier ones of this or this line. The side 40, isn't that good as well. But what is kind of funny is the 200 millimeters backwards. First, our sources said that it's probably a bug, but it is true. It is true, because this 200 millimeters rear turret armor on this Avenger turret is correct because it counts as counterweight. Because this gun is would be too heavy if you wouldn't have this counterweight. You know, when you see the cranes, they also have a counterweight so they don't fall over or something like this. But we say the gun is heavy, so let's see what this elite gun is on Tier 7. For example, I will just make a little comparison with other Tier 7 guns, as you have 152 or 122 millimeters gun, which quite punch. The German has the 10.5 centimeter gun with 300 damage, as well the 128 millimeter Stura Emil gun, which is also quite heavy. This tank needs a counterweight for a 17-pounder gun with 150 damage and 171 penetration. So basically, now just let's finish the elite gun stats. The round of fire is 14 shots per minute, a DPM of 2133, which is quite good. A reload time from 4.2 seconds without any attachments or something like this. Ammo carries 55 rounds. The accuracy is 0.31, which is really good. The aim time with 2 seconds is also really good. And the depression of -10 is very good. -10 gun depression. This is really good, and I like to have something like this. But let's compare it to, what should I say, to his brother-in-law? The 87. Because of course you will say this tank will be the best example what the new British TD line should be. Low armored, but fast. This is exactly like it is. 87 is slow, but fairly good armored, except for the huge weak spot on the turret. Not on the turret, on the roof, the cupola. But for that, the 87 has a better gun. It has, as far as I know, the Type A barrel, which gives even 226 penetration as well as 230 damage. And this on Tier 7 is quite good. But let's see in the tech tree. Because yes, as I said, the 87 has the AT gun type A barrel, which has also 0.31 accuracy, but much more damage. Of course, for that lower rate of fire from 10 shots per minute. But I think this tank, the 87, has a much heavier punch when it comes to this. Well, where the Challenger only is a little, how should I say it, like a little bee, which just goes on just annoys the enemy with this little gun. But yeah, I'm looking if I can find a good example for the same gun. It's the same gun like the Black Princess, and I don't know if some guys, if you played the Black Prince, but as I said, this gun doesn't really do much damage. Doesn't really do, should I say, it doesn't punch like an IS gun, for example. I think it's really also not that bad to compare it with the Top Gun of the Comet, because it has less, okay, the Top Gun of the Comet has less penetration and less damage. Okay, only 10 damage less, but yes. For that, the rate of fire is 15 shots per minute, where the Challenger gun has 14 shots per minute. So basically the Comet, excuse me, the Comet spams better the bullets, but how it penetrates, the chance to penetrate isn't that good. So here I would say the gun on this tank goes for the theme like less is better when you compare it to the probably the same gun like on the Comet. But for that also the gold penetration is better. It has 31 penetration more than the Comet's gun. It results in 239 penetration, which is fairly high for a tier 7 tank, I would say. Because with this penetration, it's the same like a tier 10 tank can have. Without gold, it's close to this one. So, without gold, I think in tier 9 battles, this tank will struggle. But in tier 7 to tier 8 tank battles, it won't have such a problem. It also doesn't look so big, so it will probably don't have such a bad camouflage value. And yes, I also think that this tank will make kinda funny trollolala bounces with his turret bag armor. So, as summary, I would say that this tank will be fairly good in tier 7. It will probably be well balanced. It will be, of course, more the snipery one with... I was also compared like the Panther a little bit. It has a good penetration. It is fairly fast. And the gun isn't that bad. So I will really looking forward to this tank because also it looks kind of great. So this would be to my thoughts about the Challenger. There was another information from today that the individual missions, which I already made a video about, are not that final. So basically, you know, the 20k damage blocked and damage for the Obj260 mission, where as I said, you need to make 20k damage blocked or done. It's put together for the heavy tank mission. And at the moment, they are the developers in Minsk want that at least 10% of all players from World of Tanks get to Obj260. To compare it with the IS-6 hard grind mission, only 4 to 5% got it. So basically, we can probably look forward that they are going to reduce the requirements for the missions for the Obj260 for one thing which isn't that, what should I say, isn't that over the top, because as I said, 20,000 damage blocked and done combined is really high. If you need really much luck that the enemy team is bad and don't shoot goal when you're probably playing a tier an E100 or the mouse. Then also said also for the TD mission, 10,000 damage is horrifying much. It's again luck that all your shots hit and penetrate and do high rolls probably and blow up or something like this. Where as well as the spotting mission, where you also have to be lucky to get the right map, the right team, and don't get instantly spotted by a suicide squad of the enemy team. But I have to say, the RD and the medium tank mission are capable to do. But as I said, guys, in 2 days the test server is coming out. I will try as fast as possible go on it. Make some videos about the missing tanks which I didn't review, like the M3 Grant and the Firefly, as well as the Archer, I think. I am not sure, please correct me if it was wrong. As well as the not the support missions, the individual missions. Because I think they will do it like the same, like with the T-34-3 and the 112 when they were on the test server. They will make you like play one battle, then you will get all 4 tanks, and then you can test them. So I will also make some live gameplay footage of these tanks and show it to you guys. And anyway, if you have something which wasn't good, or if it was good, then state it in the comments. If you liked the video, thumbs up. And if you want to see more content of World of Tanks, press the subscribe buttons. And as always, see you on the battlefield.